Questa sera a Pistoia il pubblico era giovanissimo. Perché secondo te ai giovanissimi piace la tua musica?
Well, I think their parents told them about Bo Diddley, and then it's the type of rhythms that I'm putting forth. I refuse to remain like I was 33 years ago with the same old thing. I'm more talented than that, you know, so I move on, but I will never give up my originality. But I do a lot of other types of rhythms in my music, and I think the young people are able to deal with me as a grandfather, you know what I'm saying, and we get along fine.
Perché la parola rock and roll non ti piace più?
Oh, I like the word rock and roll. If I may clarify it, because of the reason he asked me that is that I don't like for the younger musicians that are coming up with the screaming guitars and the fuzz pedals and all of the distortion boxes to call it rock and roll, because it's not. The word rock and roll will live on. But I think that the musicians of today should find a name for what they're doing and not call it rock and roll, because it's not. They can call it new music, you know, or anything, you know, but it don't sound like it. It almost tells me that I never did anything, you know. Me and Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, the Carl Perkins, you know, and Gene Vincent, you know, and Jerry Lee Lewis. We wasn't here, because we don't sound like none of this, and it makes it a little bit hard to explain to a young man that's 22, 23 years old, and when he just started to listening to what somebody says is rock and roll. And these groups are only like guys are 20, 21, 19, 17 years of age, and they don't sound like the rock and roll, the authentic rock and roll. Because DJs was not playing the old Coastals records, the Platters, the Chuck Berry, the Bo Diddley, you know, and Elvis and all this. They wasn't playing these records. So this young man didn't know anything but what he was hearing. So I had to stop and explain it to him. And I just thought, how many is out there that thinks the same thing that he thinks? So I started to changing my style a little bit to coincide with trying to fit the thing that he was talking about.
Come fa una persona come te, ai 60 anni, ad esprimere sul palco tutta l'energia che sei stato in grado di esprimere questa sera con Ron Wood?
Give me a couple of months. I ain't 60 yet. I got about 6 or 8 months. Wait a minute, 5 months. December. And I'll be 60, you know. But that's just a word, and that's a number, 60. I'm ready for Tyson, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want him. I want to rock and roll him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? See, I ain't got but 1 or 2 shots. And I got one for him, you know, you dig what I mean? See, I got one laying in the hangar for him, you know what I'm saying? And if that don't get him, then... But it's good. I take care of myself, and the name of the game is no drugs, no narcotics whatsoever. I've never done it, don't intend to start, and I say to all of the young people out there in the world, in this country, and all over everywhere else. I just finished a anti-drug little concert before I came over, saying say no to drugs.
Senti Bo, ma sul cappello hai ancora lo stemma di quando facevi il vice sceriffo?
I used to be a sheriff in New Mexico for 2.5 years, and this is my authentic badge. I like being involved with the law, you know, on the right side of the law, you know. And when I see a lot of people doing a few things wrong, I try to talk to them, tell them, hey man, back off. You know that's not right, you know. Even like tonight when we had a little problem in the audience, there's a way to talk to people. Would you please not push on the barriers, because that indicates that somebody's going to get hurt, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay, so cool out, and let's have a good time, have a good, safe festival. All right. Put them in a position where is that they understand immediately. You just don't say, don't do it. Then somebody gets angry. You say why you shouldn't do it, you know, and it works. It's hard to find beautiful people to work with like Ronnie. You know what I'm saying? Some people got hang-ups like tonight. You know, I don't have no hang-ups. You know, I'm me. You know, like I understand like Johnny Winters didn't want to come on stage unless everybody left off the stage. This is ridiculous. You know, this is ridiculous. You know, I'm 33 years in the business. I don't have these kind of hang-ups, you know. And the way I look at it, if you stay in this business, there will come a day when you'll beg somebody to come be on the stage with you. You know what I'm saying? And he shouldn't be that way. And I have to say that. I don't usually talk about people. I'm not talking about it, but I'm just saying the ego trip is no place for it in show business. Well, I started playing the violin at 8. I moved to Chicago when I was about 8. And I started playing the violin, and I was taught classical music up until I was about 15, 16 years old. I'm a classical violinist. And I saw a guitar at 13 years old, and I started sneaking around, you know, playing it. My sister bought it for me, you know. And my mother wasn't too happy about that, you know, because I come from a very religious family, you know, and they didn't dig that guitar. The violin was okay, but the guitar, that was called devil music.
Hai suonato con tutti i grandi della musica, del rock, del blues. Chi ti piace ricordare in questo momento?
Well, Ray Charles is the only dude I fear. They don't call him the genius for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
This man, Ray Charles is something else. You know, he fascinates me. You know, with being able to play a piano and create the syncopation
without looking.
And yeah, you know, I mean, it's something else.
The only way to keep time with him is to watch his feet.
That's it. That's right.
The only way.
Ron, che cosa rappresenta per te Bo Diddley?
He represents one of my earliest roots when I first started playing guitar, along with Chuck Berry and along with there's so many guitar, Earl Hooker and
old Zebedee.
Many great guitar players. Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf.
Do you wanna rock and roll? 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 Come on, baby. Hey. Running Woods and the Rolling Stones, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
blues is real happy, you know. Blues is just what you feel, whether it's feeling good or feeling bad. It's just a very emotional music, and I think Italians are very emotional people, and I would think that blues would be good for Italy because of that reason, because, you know, it is a very, very emotional music. But a lot of people think it's just all unhappy and sad, and it's not. A lot of it's, you know, real, I'm the greatest, and I'm, you know, whatever, you know, it's feelings. The whole thing is just whatever you feel, whether it's sad or happy. When I was young, when I was 20, even 25, I kind of thought that I would always want to change with the times, and that when I started thinking of the new music as being not quite as good, that I was getting old. So I guess I'm getting old because I really don't think the new music is near as good. And yeah, in most cases, I do think that the old stuff was better, but you can't just kind of give up and say, well, the old stuff was better, so we won't play anymore. We'll just kind of stop here, you know.
Let's see if we can have some more.